Hey everybody, in this month's tutorial we are going to make a song from scratch. I thought it would be really cool to do a screen capture of how I kind of approach demo writing and things like that within Logic Pro X. It's a very affordable DAW that most of you guys already probably have. So I am using a couple pedals here. I'll show you what I'm working with right now. And obviously I got a whole bunch of different fun options here. I got a whammy because we're going to get some pseudo bass guitar sounds. And I have an Electro-Harmonix Mel 9, which we're going to be getting some string sounds with. And then one of my new favorite pedals, the Keeley Dark Side, we're going to try to get some Gilmour-esque sounds out of that. And then Blues Driver, maybe for some, just to give the pseudo bass sound a little grit. And then I have my DD5. I'm going to tap in some tempo to the song. And I'm using a new pedal I just got, and it's the UAD Dream 65. It's like a deluxe reverb sound. So no amps used today, just this UAD Dream 65. It's killer. I love it. Running all my audio and everything to my solid state Logic Big 6. It's pretty sweet. It makes videos like this a heck of a lot easier. So let's check out this track. Right now I'm using Superior Drummer 3, and I have the Alt Rock Easy X patch here. Basically it is the sound of Steve Albini's Electrical Audio. I believe Kurt Ballou from Converge engineered these samples for Easy Drummer. It's really cool. You can, choose all your grooves, which I'll get into in a minute. Just to save time, I've already kind of pre-mapped the whole bulk of the song. It's not going to be a long song. I have an intro, a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus, and then all that repeats again, and then I have a bridge. And we'll just listen real quick to what some of these drum tracks sound like. So you can already hear it's pretty basic. It's real slow. I wanted to have a lot of space in the track and use clean guitars, so you guys could kind of hear the different layers that I'm going to be adding. I kind of have an idea in my mind of what I'm going to do, kind of how I'm going to approach it, really just for the verses. I don't know what's going to happen the whole rest of the song. It could be a total dud. But basically what I want to do is lay down, I'm going to turn my metronome on here, and I want to just track what I think the verse is going to be. So we'll go ahead and just get right into it. This is what the guitar sounds like. So that's just the UAD Dream 65 with some of the reverb on it, and I have my DD5 on, and I've tapped in a quarter note to the tempo already. The tempo is 72. All right, so let's just go ahead and track the first part. Let's just get into it. Here we go. Okay, so I already messed up, but that's okay. This is a total live video. I'm gonna rehearse what I was doing. That's what it was. All right, here we go. So right about there is when I stop. I'll stop there, and we will chop off this end, Command T, delete, and now it's a nice clean break. Let's go ahead and listen back to that. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that verse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Option, hold that down, and then I'm going to drag these verses. That basically copies that clip, and I'm going to drag it to the verse 2. And I haven't decided if I'm going to have that guitar come back. I might have it come back on the bridge. We don't know yet. But yeah, hold down Option, click and drag. It duplicates the clip. So on playback there, I was just adjusting the faders on my SSL Big 6, and I took a little of the mid-range out as well and took out a tiny bit of lows because there's going to be some bass guitar. So now Command D duplicates the track. It does within Logic. It's kind of awesome. It doesn't duplicate the actual waveform like sometimes Pro Tools does. So now we're gonna make this guitar 2 just to have. But what I'm gonna do real quick is normally I would just record all the guitar on this track, but for the sake of this video, I want to have some like super clean edits. So we're gonna listen to this pre-chorus again. I'm just freestyling all this. We're gonna hit the intro maybe later because the intro should be cool, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet for that. But let's hear this pre-chorus part. What I'm gonna do is just loop it. So you just drag the yellow loop thing over, and let's hear what we have for that. That kind of works well there. So I want to do something a little bit busier on the guitar here, since the drums are pretty chill. So what we're gonna do, actually, I'm just gonna record on that first channel because I know that it'll be fine. Another thing that I want to mention is whenever I'm writing and doing things like this, I always start with the guitar. I never do a bass line first, because how the heck am I to know what the bass is going to do before I have the guitars? I'm a guitar player, so I gotta get the basic guitar stuff down first, and then I hit the bass. So let's go ahead and record what I just did. I'm gonna turn my metronome back on. Cool. Okay, that worked out great. Let's zoom in and let's make sure that we're at that cut, the playhead cut. Command T splits it at the playhead, delete, boom. That's also a great feature for precise looping. If I wanted to take this and loop it, you do Command R, boom, it's there. Command Z gets rid of it. All right, so let's just listen to this. Let's listen to this. The transition. Sweet. Okay, so the transition was pretty clean, and we're going to do some fades here once everything is tracked. So again, Option, click and drag. We're going to take it to this other pre-chorus, and I'm pretty happy with that. Let's check out the chorus. Let's see what we got here. Again, I'm going to loop the chorus. Let's just see what we got. And I'm just gonna try stuff out here. So I kind of like the chorus, you know, how it pulls at you a little bit when it goes to that 6 minor there. So I'm going to just try something. Again, you know, the beauty of doing this way is sometimes you come up with nothing. Sometimes you come up with something that can end up being a song. So let's go ahead and record this in. Oh, metronome on. All right, we're ready. Whoops, you mess up a lot. That's okay. Sweet, okay. Let's make sure that that transition was okay. Nice. Okay, so if you zoom in, you can see that it went over a little bit too much. So I'm going to hit Command T, delete that, and it brings it back. Let's check that transition. Back into the verse. All right, so that chorus, Option drag into chorus 2, and then Option drag into chorus 3. Look, we kind of have a song coming along. Let's go to this intro. Let's see what's happening here. I like that. That's cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that back where the bridge is. But let's go ahead and record that little da-na-na-na. I think it'll transition into those verses nicely. Sweet. Okay. That is great. And I'm gonna, retrack a whole new part when it gets to the bridge. But let's just double check this. Nice. Okay. So let's go to the bridge. And I don't want to duplicate that because I want it to somewhat sound different on the bridge. Maybe I can do something weird. Let's dial in for the bridge. I'm going to turn the Mel 9 on. That's pretty cool. So that is on the Mel 9, it's setting 4, it's the flute. And I have the dry signal in there as well. You can go full wet with it, but I want it to have some of the dry signal. So let's go ahead and do that. But let's say for this one, I want the bridge to carry over into the chorus. So I'm gonna go to this other track that you see here, but I need to remember my chorus, so let's just listen to that. Whoops, I dragged the wrong one. We gotta go to the chorus. Okay, I see what I did there. Good drag and drop practice, this is. Okay, so here we go. Let's double check this intro, make sure I remember it. Okay, here we go. Okay, great. So the drums were kind of throwing me off, so I'm actually going to delete those drums. They were a little confusing, and we're gonna choose a drum thing later. Actually, I might even just bring over this intro part for the bridge. The bridge can just be the intro again. And again, I'm just hitting Option and clicking the waveform for the MIDI section of the drums and just copying them. Now I do want to remember my part. All right, da 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 da. Audible. Okay, I'm gonna try that again because I did mess up a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard it. I had a flub note. So I think when I'm playing that open G on that, there's a weird artifact going on with the Mel 9, so I'm just gonna stick to those low notes and not play that open G droning. So since I nailed the bridge and I messed up the chorus, I'll just punch at the chorus. Cool. All right, finally, I did it. That was a bit trickier. One thing that I have a problem with is remembering like what I was doing before. So there we go. There's the Mel 9. Let's just put Mel 9 right there. And now that we're done with that, let's go back to the original guitar part, because looks like we have the whole song. We need to do this outro. So let's just loop the outro and see what I did here. All right, I know I want this outro to be like real spacey and stuff, so I'm gonna turn on even more delay with this Keeley Dark Side. Try to get it in time with the delay that's already there real quick. Hang tight. All right, I got those pretty dang close, so we're gonna go with that. Now, for the outro, I want it to be a little spooky and weird, because the whole track is kind of happy sounding, and we're gonna leave the listener with an uneasy feeling, which I love doing. Here we go. Sweet. That is real spooky and awesome. Okay, now we have the basic structure of a song. That's pretty cool. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys a little fade trick. I like to go to this plus sign here. So my special tool is my fade tool. So then when you hit command, you can just hit command and then just drag it and it'll fade. But now the really cool thing here is highlight all the clips, zoom in to a cut point, hit command. I'm going to zoom in even closer. And you can do a crossfade like that. And it crossfades all of them. Boom. Super fun. Okay, and then another thing with Logic, this is going to be pretty crazy, showing you guys a little Logic hack. You can take your playhead up here and you can preserve your original attack because it's doing a little pre-recording. So now you can start it there. See? So I'm going to zoom in more, bring it a little this way, command, and fade it in. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to turn off all the reverb and delays real quick. And I switched the speaker, the speaker sim on the Dream 65. I switched it to a different speaker for the bass that I thought sounded better when I was doing some pre-pro. All right, so since the guitars are so clean, I kind of want the bass to be crunchy. So I'm gonna duplicate this Mel 9 track since it's the same input, and we'll say it's bass. So let's see if I can remember the song. When I mess up, I'm just gonna stop and then punch in. And so this bass sound is just my whammy on octave down. Pretty convincing. All right, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so the verse, I already forgot the verse. How I do this, the edits, is I just do that, and we'll just continue from there. So let's just listen to the verse. All right, so it's just those two. I love that. Okay, I gotta remember the pre-chorus. Now let's listen to that. Okay, here we go. You know, I think that I want the bass to come in halfway through that pre-chorus. All right, and then chorus. Here we go. Cool, so I had a little flub halfway through, so we're just gonna lop that off and just duplicate it. Command R, and that's our chorus. And you know, for the sake of time, we're gonna copy this chorus. There's no rules, as Bob Ross would say. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this verse, just to show you that you can do it. Okay, so now the pre-chorus, I do have to re-record the pre-chorus number 2 because I threw an audible there and went to a 6 minor. So let's just do that real quick. Or let's hear it first. Okay, no, I was mistaken. All right, so I do have to re-record this pre-chorus because I want it to be twice as long. Alright, so I did a little build there into that chorus, the da 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 da, 8th notes. Or I guess with this tempo it would be 16th notes. So, let's hit this bridge. Let's see what's happening here again. Yeah, we can do that. That's easy enough. Sweet. I nailed that one. Not so much the other ones. Okay, so now this outro. Let's hear what that outro sounds like without the blues driver on the bass. That's pretty cool. Let's do that. I'm gonna turn those effects on that I had though. That's pretty cool. And right there, I'm letting the bass fade out, so it's just the guitar. So let's clean up these bass guitar cuts. Let's go to a cut point, zoom in there. Remember, I have my special key as the fade tool. Boom, those are good. And we're gonna drag this original one over just so it preserves the initial transient. Okay, so obviously not the greatest bass sound in the world, but for a demo and for writing purposes, this gets us there. All right, let's add some cool, interesting sounding guitars. Let's see what we can get. Hold on one second. All right. Let's say that this weird guitar comes in on the pre-chorus. That's pretty cool. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and just pan this guitar over. It'll be panned upon playback. All right, here we go. Sweet. Okay, so I'm letting that kind of spill over into the chorus. So let's take that and put it on the next pre-chorus as well. All right, and I know that I want this on the outro as well, so let's go ahead and track that. Cool, let's fade that out. Pretty cool. Okay, let's add another guitar part and let's pan it to the other side. Now, I'm gonna have this come in on the chorus. It's gonna be a fuzz sound. How about that? We haven't really gotten any fuzz sounds. So I'm gonna turn the whammy off. That's gonna be really cool. And I can double that on the second chorus just to add some hype. too, just to give it a continuous feel. And then I'm gonna fade that out. That's really cool. I'm happy with that. All right, let's just drag this over to our chorus 2 and chorus 3. And we're gonna duplicate that. Pan that one over to the other side and track the same thing. I'm gonna switch the speaker on the Dream 65 to give it a different sound. Because that's normally what I would do if I was recording a band for different guitar parts. I like when guitar players use different speakers, different cabs, different amps, different pickup switches, even different guitars for different guitar sounds. Otherwise, it's just going to be too much of the same sound jumbling up everything. So let's double this guitar in chorus 2 and chorus 3. Let's hear what this sounds like. That's pretty cool. Maybe something a little darker. That's pretty neat. Let's try that. So I wanted that to spill over a lot into that bridge. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag that to chorus 3 and hear how that sounds. That's cool. Okay, so what I was noticing was the original guitar I did, it's a little quiet there. So I'm gonna click that waveform where that outro comes in, right there, and go to this drop-down menu. And you should have, oh, here we go. This one where it says more. I'm just gonna turn that gain up if I can find this drop-down menu. I don't know, region, gain, and then click that and just drag up. We're going to turn it up 2 decibels, and it'll just turn the whole waveform up. That was a little much, so I'm going to bring it down to about a half a decibel. Half a decibel makes a lot of difference, just saying. Okay, so now just to wrap the video up, I want to add a little sprinkle to the second verse. So we're going to do something like maybe panned a little bit to the left. And I want to do something cool. So how about another string sound? But let's do a cello full wet on the Mel 9. All right, so that reverb, I turned it up on the Dream 65, and the delay is just coming from the Keeley Dark Side. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's go to verse 2 so I remember it. Loop it. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna adjust the EQ real quick. So I don't want it to completely match what that original guitar is doing, so we're gonna come up with some kind of string production here. Nice. I love that. I love it so much that I want to maybe double it with something. Okay. I just realized I haven't been great about labeling my tracks, but hopefully I've been explaining them. Let's dial in that flute sound. I'm going to go back to 4. Maybe I can harmonize with it. I'm going to loop it so I can practice. That'll do. Let's try that. Okay, so I do want that to transition a little bit better. So I'm just gonna play that note bleeding into that pre-chorus too. That's what I'm gonna do. But just for the first bar. Boom. Then we'll fade it out. And it is gone. And then you hit Command Save 1,000 times during the session because you don't want to lose anything. So we made a song. That's pretty cool. I think it turned out neat considering it was nothing until now. This is a great tool to practice song structure and things like that. Obviously, this is not really the style of something that I would record. Normally I would do something heavier, but I wanted to kind of give you guys ears a break and have something with a lot of space so you can hear all the articulations that I'm doing and kind of understand how this process works. I definitely will be doing one for more of a rock demo in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Logic Pro X is super awesome for song creation. I am partial to Pro Tools when it comes to mixing and actually tracking a band, but when I'm recording myself, I love to use Logic Pro. So thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Cheers.